Hello everyone, my name is Callior. I bring you every week the latest news that are related to Bloodhunt and everything around it, and I try to explain the news in a way that's better to understand exactly what's going on. So for posterity, archival and recording purposes, it is currently September 17th, 2022, and it is currently it's 12:23 Eastern Time. 144 days since the release of Bloodhunt. The September update, Noir Pass, will last 35 days, which means that it will end on Tuesday, October 18th, 2022. We are recording this live on Twitch every Saturday, normally at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're live, feel free to ask questions in chat, interact, say hi, say, hey, what you explained didn't make any sense. Can you re-explain it, like in layman's terms or something like that? And as a reminder and disclosure, I am not a game dev. I'm not bound by any NDA, but I will do the best to explain the news with some reasonable assumptions and a bit of knowledge. Today's topic, the topics are, we're going to be talking about Twitch drops. We're going to be talking about the, of course, we're going to be spending a lot of time on the September update patch. We are going to go quickly through giveaways and some mentions about the community events. But first, if you haven't already, please give me a follow. Even if you're not going to turn on notifications, it would mean a lot. Even though for special circumstances like today, where I woke up late because I did a late night stream and I'm a dumbass, now would be the good time to have notifications turned on. Also, especially if you want to be one of the lucky winners of the giveaway that I'm doing for the combo of the purple jacket and Candy Kid eyeglasses. And I try to stream at different times to give everyone a chance in the world that we live at in different time zones. So if you want to be a part of that, have the notifications turned on. I stream otherwise very casually during the week when I feel like it, or when I don't have any technical issues like my graphics card or my lighting setup or whatever. Anyways, we are going to go right into it. Let's go with a quick transition. I don't know how to control the volume of those transitions, but I hope I will one day. Apparently I am able to. No one's explained it yet though. So, first of all, I forgot to write it there. Sorry, gonna have full patch notes here. Oops. On my end, I mean. First of all is the Twitch drop of the week. This is drop 7 of 10. And it is the full swing eyewear that you're currently seeing here. As previously mentioned in other streams and mine as well, it is the perfect excuse to use melee while you're playing Bloodhunt, to say that I couldn't aim, I couldn't shoot, I didn't shoot well because, you know, I'm wearing this, so you can blame it on the eyewear. We also got the info for next week's Twitch drop, which will be the villainous makeup. It's a little, as a reference, the only makeup that was close to this was the Jeanette makeup, but this one feels a little bit muted and toned down from the Jeanette one, although it is very dark glam kind of makeup that we have there. If you want to know which Bloodhunt streamers are giving that are available to give you the Twitch drop, we do have a list of streamers. Hold on, this is the one. Motion Game Input out. These are all the names of the streamers that have those drops activated on their account, including myself here. So if you don't already have the Twitch drop by watching this news show, you are currently working on getting that. Just make sure that you have your Shark Mob account linked to your Twitch in order to be able to claim it. And yeah, so we, like I said, it is currently a drop 7 of 10, so we still have a few more weeks of exclusive Twitch drops. Now I have to add a slight correction to what I said last week, because I automatically said that there were still like the other 3 Twitch drops that were still available. I was totally going on automatic. It is just in my news notes, I still had left that there, automatically went it, didn't delete it, so apologies. These are the only Twitch drops that are happening right now. Yes. So, we're going to be delving into the meat and potatoes of what's happened this week, which is, oh, sorry, didn't correctly set it up. We got the September update, and we've got some patch notes. Of course, the patch notes were landed a day before the patch itself, and we, as usual, we're just gonna go like through line by line through this, because it was very clear by the reactions of people on Twitter that were trying to give out their feedback, that many of them did not take the time to read what was in the patch notes. But then again, it's the internet, you know? It's entirely based on reading and who exactly reads anything. So we're gonna go through this. So hello Bloodhunt community. We have some long-desired information for you about the September update. We have taken steps to improve the game based on requests that you sent us in the August update survey. So again, what we covered last week with the August update learnings post that was posted, now we see like the immediate consequences of that part in this update. There was a lot more that did not include this update in the previous blog post. So this is going on off of this. In this update, we're making improvements to matchmaking as well as our anti-cheat. Multiple ban waves have already been done and will continue. In this, we will not yield. Strong stance. Good. It's good to see that. We're also adding more readily available and lucrative deals for vanity items in an improved store. On top of that, you will find 30 new tiers of items to earn in our new Noir Pass. Additionally, many of you asked for a balance change to the burst rifle and for us to further work on fixing bugs. This update contains all of the above, plus more, so let's start talking about what we have done to combat cheating. Again, as they usually do, the first few paragraphs are going into like, this is what we are going to cover, like as any kind of presentation like you've done in your I guess I was gonna say like English class, but it's not a lot of people that necessarily have English as their first language, but you know, presentation style, intro, what you're gonna talk about. There you go. So, tougher anti-cheat measures. You wanted us to take more serious measures against cheaters, something that is progressing well. During the past weeks, we have been swinging our banned katana several times, ridding you of cheaters in Bloodhunt. This has resulted in significant decrease in the number of cheaters, as we can more easily detect them now. Again, to reiterate what I've said last week, seeing feedback from people saying a lot less cheaters. They still exist, of course. Still gonna get out there. Still continue to report them. These ban waves are an additional layer on top of the detection and banning that we were already doing, and means more fun for all of you who play legitimately. The ban waves will continue unannounced, but with sharp precision. Yeah, of course, this is going well. Love to get some updates frequently, if not once in a while, to tell us that, yeah, we're still working on this. It's just to bring a little bit more confidence inside the community, because a lot of them, the main reason, or at least the main reason that they've been complaining about, is cheaters. So once this reasoning is put to the side, if ever they have any complaints, maybe we can focus on this that is, improving the game. This improves the game, but it's always a continuing non-stop battle to battle cheaters. They will always find a new way or a new part of a system to exploit and get themselves the game. Like we've said previously in previous episodes, it's an ongoing battle. It's never going to stop. We'd like it to, if we could reduce that more. Improved matchmaking rating system. This has been the most important, topic that mechanically has been introduced, or at least been, explained in this update. We are also addressing the issue of skill mismatches with this update. This is a lingering issue that we are now making significant progress on. Essentially, a rating system uses an algorithm to measure a player's skill level. This is used as the basis for how we matchmake. With our past system, we noticed a higher tendency of our algorithm running matches between players with significant practical skill differences. This is explained immediately. The previous rating system was based on your placement in matches. This meant that if you regularly placed in the top 10, for example, that would affect who you would face in future matches. Unfortunately, this metric sometimes led to an increased risk of players with significant skill differences ending up in the same matches. A player with 0 kills could simply avoid combat for a whole match and rank higher at the end and be considered equal to another player who had similar placement but had several more kills. So if you were a scaredy cat, let's say like I was in early access, or if you're just like a player that wants to survive or wants to get an easy like top 5 or something like that, crouch in the shadows, crouch in a corner and stay there, or stay immobile for most of the game, be able to get at the end, get the XP for it, but unfortunately you would be ranked with like cracked players all the time, and that was really unfair and also gave you no reason to improve in any sort of way, because suddenly if you peaked out or someone found you, you would be severely overcome by someone that is very good at aiming and using their abilities and all of that. So of course this was a system that needed to be changed. For this reason, we have now made changes to the matchmaking rating system so that it is based on the amount of player kills rather than placement in matches. Additionally, we have tweaked the algorithm in a way that will help ensure fairer matchmaking in general. Now, I don't know exactly what that means, and I think it's good in a way that they're keeping this statement vague, so that players don't necessarily game the system, because that's always something that players will try to do, because we all know there's people that are very obsessed with the way they rank their stats and all of that, and there's a lot of people that are just like, number one whatever in North America, number one SAB or whatever, number one kills. Like, a lot of people are very competitive in that sort of way. So of course, let's keep a part of this hidden, but still, based on the amount of player kills, of course that's gonna bring the hopefully will fix the issue that we were saying about new players put in lobbies with really skillful players. Hopefully this will normally separate and matchmake people of similar skills together. So like they said, we think this will help create more evenly challenging matches for everyone, meaning if you are a skilled player, this new rating system will help you find similarly skilled players, but also if you're a newer player or a player who struggles against veteran players, the matchmaking will do its best to find players that are more suitable to your skill range. Exactly like I said, I shouldn't have even talked. With the release of this update, we will also reset all the current matchmaking ratings. This means that everyone will initially have the same rating and will be considered on an equal basis for the matchmaking algorithm. This will of course lead to some balancing issues to begin with. However, in the long term, it will lead to much more reliable matchmaking. We therefore ask for your patience as the first few matches will likely be imbalanced. This makes sense. So, you know, the thing is, don't give up in your first few matches. Eventually, you know, the idea is that this will improve over time as your rating, as well as that of your opponents, will become more accurate. It will automatically, naturally balance itself out. The quality of the matchmaking will, however, be affected by the number of players playing at any given time. So with a low player count, there might not be enough players to evenly match you against equally skilled players. Which brings us back to, what do you want, community? You know? Do you want shorter queue times, or do you want to be put into games of people of your skill level? Which, you know, they're saying in this case, well, you know, queue times over matchmaking all the time. That has been, you know, the kind of philosophy that's always that seemed to be introduced over the last few months. Keeping the health of the game and keeping in terms of having more lobbies, having more matches happening quicker over having, you know, quality matches. I think that pretty much like the most like important or the most egregious factor that people bring when they are having problems with Bloodhunt is the queue times. So again, you can have a good matchmaking system. Still, if there's not enough players to properly matchmake, it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna do anything. So better get people in. About this, we had several questions about the MMR. Now, if I can cover this, hold on. I had this, but I don't necessarily need to mention this. I mean, yeah, like, because you saw it, Motion Gaming did a video also covering the patch notes. If you want that all the patch notes at least generally covered, he has a quick like 5-minute video. You can follow him. You should already know him. He's on Twitter. He's on YouTube. I've already mentioned him and referenced him a bunch of times. You can go, and he's also a Bloodhunt ambassador. Now, we have this question from Jinxie that asks, I truthfully don't understand the implementation of matchmaking when queue times are already long. If everyone starts at 0, veteran players are still going to kill off new players. Vet players are still going to kill off new players. Why not have this implemented when the bots are turned on? The community is too small to have this at the moment. Remember that there's been mention of adding bots to lobbies to help with the queue times. But the answer that was immediately mentioned in this is that bots needed a lot more time for polish and eventually will be introduced. It's just not right now. Tobias has answered, matchmaking has always been in the game. What we have done is change how the algorithm for how the MMR behaves. In the long run, this will be better for everyone involved. Initially, due to the reset, things will likely be as it now, but more match data equals more accurate ratings. There was also the reply of Fanta here. RVL Fanta, I think the way the new system is being perceived is that the top 30-50 players will get stuck in an endless queue as there are no one on their skill level. Unfortunately, this affects a few people compared to everyone, so hopefully it will even out over time. And Tobias answered, I can talk to the author of the algorithm, but I think it will work like this. Let's say there are 90 people actively queuing. The top rated 30 would end up in one match, the middle rated 30 would end up in another, and the third match would be in the bottom 30. If, of course, there were 30-man lobbies. I mean, right now we have 30-man lobbies, but this is a way to give you a little bit more understanding of how exactly this would work. We have just a small little precision about this. Because yes, there's also Daniela here who says, won't this make the queues longer? I don't think you should do this until you add the bots, as mentioned previously. Tobias again answers, but like with a little bit more precision, we will be more in depth about this, about how this will work exactly in the patch notes. Please stay tuned for those for now. Okay, so indicating what I'm interpreting. Oh, words today. Interpreting by his answer is that there's going to be more information that will come about the NMR system or with the bots. Something around this topic. Something else is going to come. Okay, moving on. The Noir Pass, which is the battle pass that's introduced here. We had a few changes. Get your vampire fashion for the longer autumn nights. We now introduce our seductive Noir Pass, containing 30 tiers of vanity items at the low price of 500 tokens. If you want to get it at once, you may now once again skip the tiers by making an additional investment of token. The Noir Pass includes 4 new legendary outfits, 11 vanity items, and 2 new emotes. Now, this is something that I feel I need to point out to everyone. If the game doesn't want, yes, good, the game is there. Yes, so in total, this pass lasts 35 days instead of the usual 62 that we've had in the previous battle passes. And it's quite shorter, okay? Because initially, without even looking at what was happening, some reactions from some people were like, not 100 items? We are so used to 100 items in seasons and in the past seasons that you've been putting out. And this is exactly what was discussed about not calling them seasons anymore. They're battle passes, and they don't necessarily work the same way or in the same time frame as you would expect a season to be. That's what they meant a few months ago when they're saying we will be revisiting what exactly a battle pass means. So, right now, 30 levels, 35 days. This is a new deal, something shorter, something that I've been looking into because I've seen that some other games, or at least mobile games, has started to introduce month-long passes. The idea behind that is to give more cosmetics, give a little bit more content in bite-sized pieces over time, rather than plunking you down with one big patch with an expected season that becomes a lot of work for a lot of people. Also gives a lot of people some opportunity to completely forget that it's there, or that they purchased the battle pass. Now this is small, this is focused, this is very, very, very easy to complete. Like I haven't been playing that much because of some issues that I've been running into, but yeah, there's some people that have played just a few hours in a few days, and I've already completed it. But there were some people that from the summer update, the battle pass of the summer pass of the battle update, apparently did not manage to complete their pass for the summer update, even though the XP was tweaked and it was very easy to complete. Some people still didn't manage to complete it and were asking for a way to purchase tiers again. So this was brought in. And also want to mention that 500 tokens is the first one. Of course, like I'm seeing prices in Canada because that's where I am. Sorry, you can't see it right now, but it's like 13 Canadian that says underneath there because my big face is blocking it. But yeah, it's half of this. It's half of the lowest cost of tokens that you have there, and if you complete the battle pass, you get 700 back. So it's almost like an investment. It's very, 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 very small investment that you're doing there. It's really easy to complete. So yeah, it's shorter in terms of content that's being given there, but at least it's giving us some content. It's giving us some fixes, some improvements that can be put inside 1 month instead of waiting for 2 months for a gigantic update that needs to be thoroughly looked at and like QA'd continuously with all the stuff that's being put in. This is more shorter term projects is a way to interpret it, at least. And what else? Yeah, also another point about this is that if none of the cosmetics interest you and you want to skip this content because it doesn't interest you, well, you can skip it and come back next month, and you don't have to skip it and wait 2 months, and by then do you have any interest in coming back inside the game or checking out what the game has to offer, because you're gonna have to wait another 2 months. This will bring more focus and attention, or at least that's what I'm hoping it will do, on the game, of people checking out the game more frequently. Let me see what else I was talking about here. And the Noir Pass, yes. So there's a whole page, there's a whole Battle Pass page about this, so you can already see all the items there, the free rewards, and the ones that you buy with the pass. There's a whole page for that. What else did I want to say about this? Yeah, honestly, the Battle Pass is so cheap and it's so easy to complete. I mean, let your friends know, tell your friends that this is like, it's something to play, because it really is. If you like this game, if you want to invest some time inside this game, like, now's a really good time to get some easy cosmetics. What else do we have? We have a new store. We are removing the Flash store and will no longer have timers for sold items. We're replacing it with a permanent store instead. Gone are the days of seeing small selection of eyes and items with different shades of white. Yep. Instead, we are accommodating your desires for fashionable bloody violence by giving you access to a much wider selection of vanity content. The first iteration of a larger store consists of 95 items, including many of the most popular ones and other highlights from the past. We want to expand on this for the future, but we believe this is a significant step forward in meeting your demands for more purchasable customization. I feel like the reaction from the community for this has been, I would say, overwhelmingly positive. Even though a lot of people have questions about this. Let's see, let's look at the store. Yes, we have, now we have many outfits, some outfits that are returning from the past, from the early access days. Some and some variations, some things from the store that appeared there only momentarily or only a few times for a couple of days. Now they're there and they're there permanently. However, there we go. We have hairstyles, we have masks, we have goggles, we have tattoos. Especially happy to see this tattoo being available for everyone because it's incredibly awesome. And we have, there we go, here's the Jeanette makeup I was telling you about. Like without the eye streaks and a little bit like less darker than this. That's what you get with the next makeup next week. And some little accoutrements and emotes that I'm not exactly sure, but I believe that some emotes, especially the monologue emote, was not something that we had ever seen before in the game. I might be mistaken, but it certainly didn't feel like it. Yes, XV, I'll get to that. The first, it was mentioned, and I was quick to, like, cause a lot of people were suddenly asking about this, so I asked that myself, just wondering, like, no hair colors in the store. And Combat answered, there's an issue regarding the hair colors rendered on the thumbnails not matching the in-game items, which led to these being removed, at least temporarily, pending a fix. So hair colors eventually coming to the store with this whole lot over there, and we will get a full store there. Now there's a few questions that people have asked about this, even though it does say that it is a permanent store. Then people have questions like, does this mean that the store will remain like this? If there's any other updates or items that are being added, is this going to be just a longer and longer scroll wheel of combat? Yeah, just a longer store to scroll through. Is the store like? Are there going to be like a little change of UI in the store to differentiate all types of items, to be able to click through them a little bit more easily? So yeah, exactly what does that mean with a permanent store, and if they want to expand it, like what exactly are we looking at? But definitely the feedback from the player base, as far as I've been able to see, is people are very happy. People, unfortunately, for the very small amount of people that decided to buy everything and that were there since early access, unfortunately for some of them, there was very little for them to buy, so they're the only people that were let down. But so far, it seems like the majority of people are very happy with this. And for some specific people, like Bloodhunt Fashion, Angry Vampirist, doesn't have to necessarily get up at a certain time every day just to do an update on the store items. I hope this means that she can get more sleep or something like that. Another thing that was nope, gonna skip over that, gonna go on to the next part inside the blog post here. Balancing. When we make balance changes, it's usually based on a combination of our expertise, community feedback, and statistics. In case of the burst rifle boost, we could see that it was underutilized, and we drew the wrong conclusion based on the data. As we speculated, they're talking about that right now. Looking at how the weapon has become the new meta, and after getting feedback from our community, we now understand that the weapon was already at a good spot in terms of balance. For this reason, we have decided to revert the changes. I thought also that it was a good way to make it overpowered, to tell people like, hey, you know what? The burst rifle is actually good. Not because it's overpowered, but because it's the burst rifle. And seeing that reverted, it's been good to see on different streams people going like, talking about how it's their fault for not using the burst rifle more, because it's actually a good weapon to use. It's just that they hadn't necessarily considered it in exchange for their perceptions of which were the better weapons. So I'm glad that this happened. Some people are really angry. You're getting back. You're doing a buff, and then you're changing you're backing down on your own statements and blah blah blah. I don't think that's necessarily like this was a mistake, but I think that this was actually like I'd rather see it as a happy mistake. More people are considering the burst rifle as a serious, legitimate weapon now. The crossbow is supposed to be more of a niche weapon, but had too weak damage to be a viable choice. We are buffing the gas damage over time to make it more effective at dealing damage to enemies trying to hide, and to be more respected as area denial. We are testing other crossbow tweaks as well that might come out later. Sorry, that was phrased weirdly. Depending on how this change affects things. So there's a bigger tick of damage on the crossbow. Personally, me trying to do the crossbow Steam achievement, I approve of this change. the Steam achievement, which is the down players with the crossbow. Yeah, I really appreciate that. But yeah, crossbow is very good at area denial and revealing people that might be hidden. I think that this is good. I think the more people have to like accept and appreciate the crossbow. Team deathmatch improvements. It's been my lifesaver recently. The crossbow, yeah. Especially headshots with a crossbow. If you can manage to do that, it's good. It feels really good. For the September update, we are iterating on the beta of our TDM mode by showcasing your personal progress and stats alongside your team contributions. But we're also increasing your survivability, making you more powerful. Health regeneration. Basically, added new passive ability for all players in TDM. Regenerate health on damaged players at a rate of 5 hit points per second, up to max HP. So basically, the brute passive is included to everyone. The kill score. So now, like they said, like it's showcasing your personal progress alongside your team contributions. I know that people are a bit upset that they are not seeing at the end screen, on the score screen, they're not seeing the number of kills, because of course some people are really want to compare with other people the amount of kills that they got, so they feel like a little bit competitive. I know that after that you get your own personal, the usual scoreboard screen where you can see your kills, but some people feel like they need to compare kills with other people. But right now, all the kill score, the assist points, the kill assist notifications, and damage points, this is a way to show a better representation of your overall contribution inside, like, with your team. Because it's not because you necessarily managed to kill someone that you were, I don't know, if you're doing damage to people but not killing them, which is something that happens to me very often. Manage to get out of line of sight, jump a corner, do some things, but I still manage to do damage to some people. Even if I'm not able to kill them, I still contributed to the team, but when I see myself at the bottom of my team, it doesn't make me necessarily feel good, and people get the impression that I'm a bad player, when sometimes I'm not, because I've actually contributed. So all of these changes here are to better represent a score that determines how you've been contributing. So in terms of philosophy, works very well. However, the demand for the kill, to compare kills in between players, so a bunch of people have been like insisting on adding that to the end screen. Maybe that's going to be added. Who knows? We're going to see. Other additions, a change to the gamepad toggle for crouching. That is something that people have been asking for. Just gonna go quickly through this. Archetypes level mastery has been increased to 25, also with new icons for max level that have been added. If you have not seen them, it's a quite. Let's see if I'm gonna get kicked out of the game. Not right now. Okay. Yeah. So what you're seeing here is, beside all the icons that you currently have, basically it's the icon, the borders of the icon are the reds are getting slightly more redder. If you're looking for the difference, it's mostly the sides of the icons that are getting redder, because here they seem to be very muted, and yeah, they seem to be more and more pronounced. So and they're not like exploding red in your face, so seeing the progression on both icons lets you know that they already had a plan for this in mind. And looking at the colors that we have here, I think there's many more levels that are in mind in terms of progressing the colors of that icon. So I think that it's already been a plan that's in mind of increasing the levels for the archetypes. Revive spam mitigation. There's now a 5-second cooldown for team members asking to be revived. I have not seen this myself, so I don't exactly know how this works. I believe it's the revive circle that you can ping on the map. I think it's meant to be less annoying because some people were spamming that. I believe that this is what it means, but I haven't seen it yet. Remove low ammo magazine warning for minigun. Since it's only one magazine, it didn't really make sense. Derp. Bug fixes for TDM. Hey, 6v6 rules are not properly applied, which is a kind of, way to let you know, hey, 6v6 TDM is back. The matchmaking bug that was responsible for issues, and now it's been that forced them to revert back to 8v8 duos in TDM, is supposed to be fixed. By what I've been seeing this week and the games I've played myself, I don't think that's properly fixed. I haven't like, no one's confirmed it yet officially from the Bloodhunt side, from what I've been able to find online, but I think there might be still some issues. I've seen quite a lot of incomplete teams, so I don't know if it's the same bug or if it's something else, but I'll wait until devs actually confirm that there's an issue with this before saying like there is one. But right now, currently, if you're playing TDM, currently it's 6v6, it's trios. Matching, we fixed it. So here's a lot of little things in there. I'm not gonna go through all of these because a lot of these are just like very fun little bugs that have been fixed and quite good for quality of life, including hearing the players' gunshots as if they were at their home. The target fire is replicated correctly for other players. There were like general issues with sound. They seem to be fixed as far as as far as I've been able to see in game. Apparently there's been Earthshock no longer targets the wrong area when used close or in front or far away from the enemy player. That again is something that people have been asking about, at least improvements on Earthshock. Sorry about that. there are still known issues. Now that's the interesting part. Quests that have a time limit are disappearing for several of our players that we've previously mentioned. We are hard at work to solve this bug, as this has been reported by you since the summer update, but we have not been able to find a fix for it yet. Which probably explains why we didn't get any lore or story bits, as far as I know, in the September update. Because right now, why add more quests when you are currently having issues with some of the previous quests that you need to fix? And yeah, might as well make sure that all of that is fixed before introducing new stuff, which I think is like important. And besides that, also, some of you have already noticed, but the last week Tobias was in chat to confirm that they were considering extending the time of the summer quests that people, for the ones who still have summer quests inside their log and they have not completed it. Well, the timers have been extended to even a few days further after the end of the Noir Pass. I guess is to give themselves a little bit more leeway to find a fix or find a solution for all of this. Yes. That being said, while we're mentioning quests and lore and I guess rewards for the people who especially like the quests that disappeared and try to get them back in, that's my kind of weird segue to mention that Mera'din Unknown, as most of you probably already know, the person that the Bloodhunt lore video guy, the guy that covers all the lore for Bloodhunt inside the community, has made a lore video covering the quests of the summer season. It is very, very, very interesting. I suggest everyone you go have a watch at this because, yeah, if you haven't noticed, like, I haven't finished all the quests, but I already know that by looking at the dialogue and the quests and what they're asking you to do, things in Elysium are very, very spicy, like very spicy, and I'm very anxious to see what's going to happen in the near future because, yeah, to say that vampires are at each other's throats, it's kind of funny to say, but. Yeah, if you're not particularly following the lore, again, go watch Mera'din's videos on YouTube. Go subscribe, go follow. He's also someone that is very in tune with what's happening with the quests, and also I guess with the several bugs that people are having with the quests. Again, to continue to like promote him, he's the guy that makes the Steam community guides for quests. If you want to pick up some octahedrons in different places, if you're stuck on quests and all of that stuff, he's the guy that can help you with this, not only with his guides, also he keeps us informed about this on Twitter, about the progress of, let's say, if the quests are still bugged and stuff like that. Or if you have any lore questions, good guy to contact about all of this. So, getting back to our post here. There's a new Discord functionality to start showing your stats. I believe it's in beta phase right now. Yeah, there you go. If that's something that interests you. In conclusion, has been a month since our previous update, which is a faster delivery than our previous season releases when it comes to adding cosmetic content. We are still evaluating the effects of this change based on your feedback, and a survey will, as per usual, be sent out to capture your feedback, so please keep an eye open for it on social media. That's it for the patch notes. So, I want to add one small thing in terms of fixes that we know are going to come regarding this. There is a Nuyi that was asking, like, are you guys fixing the texture glitch on PS5 with the cloths and tattoos going blurry in game? It's been like that on PS5 since the new season. And Combat confirmed, and Eric, the art director, confirmed that it's on the list of things to fix. So yeah, we're worried about this because I've seen a few PS5 streams where they were trying to get some close screenshots and were a little bit frustrated that the textures were going all blurry. Don't worry, it's being worked on. It's gonna happen. So we have, of course, the survey that was released. The link, at least, which you have until wait, until Thursday? Wait, what? That was Thursday of this week. Well, I completely forgot to fill out the survey because I thought it was going to last a week like usually it does. Well, if there was a survey, if you managed to catch it in time, that was when the survey happened. It's unfortunate I had several things to list in there, but okay. I completely missed on that. That was my bad. Like I said, a lot of things happened this week for me, so I skipped on that. Well, I hope you gave a lot of good feedback, like I said. So in terms of what I've been seeing in terms of reactions from people in the community, now this is just my impressions of what I've been seeing. A lot of people have been happy about the format of the pass. The pass itself and the store were big wins. That is things that a lot of people in the community wanted and got, so a lot of people are happy. In terms of functionality and changes to the game itself, the people that were wanting some of those things, some of those changes, were disappointed, and I totally understand why they would feel that way. Maybe in the next patch that would be something that would be a part of that, but we already knew from the blog post of the previous week that they were working on several things, and some of those things were not quite ready to be implemented. So you already got the feeling that it was letting us know, yeah, some of it probably isn't going to be included in the September update. So just don't lose hope on this. They're still working on stuff. They've already told us there was a full blog post. We went through this. They're still working on plenty of things. Right now, it's probably going to be like fixing a few things from the September update and continuing to work on what they told us they were going to work. That is what we can expect in that sense. One thing, though, that I think has been very clear from the community, I think for the last few months, people have been hinting about it. And Afro Sensei wrote about this as feedback. Like, I think you guys should heavily consider focusing on making sure Halloween is amazing, as I think that has potential to bring back a lot of people, as you guys can do a lot of cool things based from the theme of the game alone. I think that summarizes pretty much everyone's expectation in terms of Halloween. Like that, and bringing back the Halloween quests, or at least the quest rewards. Like, these are two of the expectations, I'd say, like, biggest expectations of the community. Like, Halloween, I know personally, spooky stuff, all the good stuff, creepy stuff, whatever. Like, October is really the month for that. So of course we're expecting stuff like that. There's been, I mean, as far as I can tell, it's not official. I don't know if I can say like it's official information. Combat's in chat. If you've been following Combat's streams over the last few months, and people have been sharing, hey, Halloween's in a few months. Are you doing something? He's just been like, you wait. We know. And that's all you get. So I'd say it'd be really disappointing, I think, for everyone if the mark was missed with a Halloween and probably the next update. Again, we don't know if any things have been slipped in the September update, and maybe there's going to be things that might suddenly pop up in Elysium before the next update. I don't know. It's something that can happen. We've seen it happen once in a while, that sometimes a new quest has been activated that wasn't there a previous week. Who knows? Who knows? We don't know. We don't know how these things work. Combat. Well, first of all, you'd need to take a plane to come over here to kill me. So also, you need to get better, okay? I hope you're getting better. I hope you're working on not being sick anymore. Of course you know what's happening. Of course, I'm not expecting you to tell me, but it's just I'm letting people know that's what I'm seeing, and you've seen that as well. Like, it's been pretty clear on your streams that you're just like, yeah, of course. What do you expect? Are we gonna miss the mark on that? Really? I'm like, that's not gonna happen. Also, want to mention that you have minions. Oh, I'm not surprised you have minions. That does not surprise me at all. And yes, also worth mentioning, as it was mentioned in the patch notes before, this week there was another ban wave for cheaters. So that's another thing that's been happening. As they said, more ban waves that are going to be happening. Again, not going to mention a lot of details because, as we've discussed and as you should be knowing by now, this is a game of the game of cheaters, and banning cheaters is a game of information. So this is kind of like safe information to be putting out there to say like how we're countering cheaters. So that's good, and also brings a little bit more confidence in the community. So I think that is enough of what I got for in terms of game updates for this week, and I think that's quite enough already. that is enough. We get to chew on some stuff. We get to level. We get to have fun with a new battle pass, with some new cosmetics. We get to grind in this and have fun. I'd say like the mood about the game has improved for quite a lot. However, the only people that did not seem to have a good mood about this is people that were, again, expecting big mechanical changes to happen inside the game. But like I said, tell your friends, spread the word. There's some really cool people who are making kind of like, marketing level like tweets to get people inside the game. You shouldn't be just liking their tweets. You should go there and retweet them to get more publicity out there. That's just saying. If you've seen, I've done a tweet about this week, but let's try to muster some interest inside this game. About giveaways. Now I'm gonna go through this very quickly because if you've been following the last few weeks, you know about all the giveaways that are happening. So I'm just gonna go through this very quickly. Again, there is the level infinite. The level infinite giveaway with keys for all the different games there, including 2 exclusive skins for Bloodhunt. We don't know which ones, but if you want to take part of this and try to win any of this, you have 7 days to get that done. There are 50 winners. It does not mention if it's like if it's 50 winners, like 50 people who get all of these, or if they are spread throughout 50 people, I don't know. Wait, what? Yes, I skipped through another thing in my face. Anyways, reference. Yeah, I had to, of course. You know, it's getting spooky. You have the Blue and Queenie exclusive Xtrfy K5 Bloodhunt theme giveaway. That's over there. You can win a keyboard. Have a little bit more. There we go. Close up. You should know about this already. Bloodhunt theme keyboard. It looks good. It looks groovy. It looks delicious. This giveaway should end by the end of the month. Also, copy pasting game is weak today, fellas. Yes, Bloodhunt, Blood Orange flavor with Advanced GG. You can sign here, click the link. You can join the waitlist when these are going to be available. Again, only 200 jars are going to be made available. I'd like to say for the first batch it's only going to be 200, but no, they say only 200 available. So get in the waitlist, put in your email. Let's join the hype. This is going to be awesome. So we have no idea right now until when the Blood Orange flavor is going to be available for purchase, or when there's going to be starter kits that will be available. But I would suggest that if you can, there's people that are partnered with Advanced GG, and they might have a partner code to share with you to get a discount so they can get a kickback. So, sorry. Swallowed a different way. That's weird. Yeah, find yourself a partner who can have a partner code to share with you. However, I mentioned starter kit. Starter kit, that's something that is typical to find in like those companies. They give you a shaker and a few samples and a sticker. We know that there's one for Bloodhunt that might be coming in the future. As Combat has shared in the video that I've been sharing, we seen this week that look at this, some vampire teeth on a shaker, Advanced GG sticker, and apparently it glows in the dark. Wait, isn't that exactly what Combat Blue shared with us? It said it glows in the dark. It's Combat Glues in the dark. No, it glows in the dark. Wouldn't that be an awesome shaker to have if you had... that is not a Shark Mob logo, no, Cthulhu. That's the Advanced GG logo. That's their emoji. It would have been awesome if it was the Shark Mob logo somewhere in there. Or if there was a Shark Mob logo at the bottom, so when you drink it, then you see the Shark Mob logo. Advanced GG logo, yeah, that's what I thought. Because Shark Mob goes, with the fins go the other way, the opposite ways of each other. So, yeah. Yeah, it's tiny. Like, look at the, like I've linked it, you can go look at the picture yourself if you want. So yeah, that might be... It's like I see the future. Yeah. You're teasing us. You're such a tease, Combat. It's perfect. I like it. I like being teased. Also, if you remember, there was also a second giveaway by Advanced GG that happened. Wait, was that already announced? That was on September 9th. Hold on. Yes, that was last Friday. Where you could like and retweet for a chance to get a free jar at launch. And the drawing was that, so you can see in this little video, winner was me. So, yeah, congratulations me for winning this jar. I'm gonna, Yes, you teased that a long while ago, man. People are not picking up on your teases, or sometimes your tease is so vague that we can't say anything about that sometimes, you know? It can happen sometimes. You think it's clever sometimes. Sometimes you're not that clever. Or the what's in the box. Yes. We love the what's in the box. By the way, follow Combat Glue. Like, if you're not already doing it, like, you should be doing it. That's a good source of information if you're looking for some. Or if you want some teases about stuff that's gonna happen in the future. So, like the partner boxes, the Bloodhunt boxes that some of the influencers and ambassadors have been receiving and sharing to people, that is something that Combat has been teasing like a while ago. At least the contents of it, except for the VegGG bottle, which we didn't exactly know at the time. Also, you know, follow his Twitter. Like, he doesn't always just show things on his Twitter. He also shows his things on his TikTok, which is also something that you should be paying. Someone actually followed because my room started to glow. What do you mean? But yes, you should go follow him. Like, he's a lot of social medias and he posts things in his different channels. So yeah, his Twitter, his TikTok. You should go look at that. Yes, there was also, as most of you probably remember, there was the Bloodhunt Advanced GG giveaway that was happening during Gamescom, where you could win a mask and Focus Bloodhunt Blood Orange tub, and there were also 4 runners-up. It said here that the grand prize winner will be drawn and announced on Advanced GG's Twitter page, and I thought I was gonna get you like a quick short draw exclusive last weekend because it was after the cutoff time. But so far, I've looked at every post that Advanced GG has made on their Twitter page. So far, it doesn't seem like they've announced any winner for this, so I guess it's kind of in limbo. The runners-up are contacted by email, so we might not know who the 4 runners-up are, but we still don't know exactly, or at least it hasn't been announced publicly, who's won the Iron Mask here, but hoping to maybe see this in the future. But again, I'm probably the only person that's keeping tabs on this in the universe, so, you know, whatever. Okay, again, so in terms of things to look in the future, yeah, I want to remind you again that there's going to be TwitchCon San Diego from October 7 to October 9, where Bloodhunt is supposed to be. We don't know exactly in what capacity. Like I mentioned last time, if we are following the trend of what happened in the 2 previous cons. In the 2 previous conventions, there was a custom Bloodhunt PS5, a custom Bloodhunt PC, and there were some Xtrfy Bloodhunt keyboards that were being given away for people who were on location. They could be a part of this. And there were some codes for the Techno Demon Mask and Free Ship Finish makeup that were given to people that were over there. So again, these are codes that may come back in the future if you still haven't got your hands on some of those codes. But yeah, nothing of this has been confirmed, by the way. It's just like I'm basing this on like previous expansions, previous activities. And speaking of which, we have winners of Gamescom. The names are shared here, and some people did not want to be mentioned. But yes, there was custom Bloodhunt PS5, custom Bloodhunt PC, and there were 8 Xtrfy K5 Bloodhunt keyboards that were given away to people. So, have to keep a sharp eye for what's happening. Still waiting for the beautiful white mask displayed on summer update page. Oh, the Oni mask. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, there's a few items. I believe I've heard at least one ambassador mentioned that apparently some of them were a little bit were pushing to have the butt slap emote like pushed in at some point, because we're all waiting for the butt slap. We're all waiting for the butt slap. Hey, Best Part. Oh, you're coming in at the right time, dude. Yeah, so there's still some items and a few items and emotes that are still, you know, we're waiting to see what's gonna happen there. There's the butt slap, there's the chicken emote, there's the zombie walk emote. At least like those. There's another one that I'm forgetting that we haven't seen yet, but you know, we have been teased that they do exist. And that we have to be patient. So eventually, some of them are probably like thought for certain events, maybe? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. Yes, Best Part, I said that you were coming at the right time because we are moving into community events. Now, it looks like the EGL is adjusting their Bloodhunt tournaments frequency and prizes. Now they're shifting to bi-weekly cadence, and they're doing exclusive lobbies for PC and PlayStation players, and the prize pool has dropped down significantly for what it used to be. So I guess adjusting their expectation based on the involvement of people in the game, but still. It's nothing to shrug at. So if we're looking at their schedule that has been updated recently, what we have in terms of tournaments, we have. Hold on, I'm not seeing this properly. There we go. If we modify it this way. Yes, currently it's going to be next on September. Next weekend. There we go. Next Saturday. There's going to be a competition for PC and one for PS5, and they're going to be solos. And the next one on October 8th. There seems to be also the same thing happening, although I do want to point out that the wording is completely different. I would imagine that it's still going to be solos trial because it says 1v1, but it's not written the same way. Anyways, so slowing down a little bit, but if you want, there are some individuals inside the community who will try to make their own tournaments besides EGL. And this appears to be the person that is currently talking in chat that has organized a tournament for PS5. I've already mentioned this. I've already mentioned this last episode. I've been doing this. That he intends on making more tournaments in the future. So if you are a console player on PS5, this is the person to follow. It's gonna see if there's any interest to have more tournaments happen, and gonna be organizing a bunch of it or ask for help. Anyways, any which way, if you want tournaments on PS5 done by someone in the community, this is the person to follow. Yes, if he has to give it to someone else, or like give responsibilities of organization to someone else, any which way, you're gonna find it by this man. So yeah, follow him. Follow them on Twitter. When Combat comes back on vacation, when we have something planned, yeah. Let's give Combat his vacation. We love him. He deserves it. He deserves vacation. Non-sick vacation. I know it's not Tokyo, but at least it's, getting vacation at any point in time is always good. So, let's switch back. So, as we are closing off this recap of the week, what can we expect now? So, we have 3 more unique Twitch drops to come. Survey's already completed, so I don't have that on my screen anymore. Anyways, we are going to have the results of the survey. Usually, we expect it to be coming in the following week of the survey, but history has shown us that that never happens. So I expect a survey, feedback from the survey, or a post about this in 2 weeks from now. Also, yes, as a reminder, the Noir Pass will end on Tuesday, October 18th. So that is, we saw that's 30 days from now. And so I encourage you to encourage your friends or anyone to get interested inside, to be interested in this game. Come by, swing by, have a little fun. The Noir Pass is very cheap. It's very easy to complete. And that is like, get people in there. Like, there's some of the we didn't have, like, that's one thing that was missing with this patch, is we didn't have a bomb-ass trailer to show off and display all the outfits and the accessories that we could have for this. And I understand why there wasn't one. Making a video is very cost and resource effective, especially if you only have like the certain limited amount of items that you have to display. I was kind of hoping that if anyone out there is actually good at video editing, if they could make a sort of, fan-made trailer showing the good parts of the Noir update, and we can spread that out as a non-official / official Bloodhunt video to display the Noir Pass. I mean, if it's something that's not like too time consuming, go ahead and please do it, because I know that I do not have the technical know-how to do that right now. And considering that, we have 30 days to get this out, you have to kind of be good at it. So I don't exactly know who can do this or if this is something that's possible, but any kind of, interest that we can muster in getting people into this, or at least start, mustering into this, and maybe we can go like, but wait, Halloween's around the corner. Wait till you see the next Battle Pass. That could be good. But anyways, in terms of news, that's it for us here. Want to remind each other to be kind to each other. And please give me a follow on Twitch. The channel is growing. I'm now affiliate. I appreciate everyone for joining up. And yes, I want to remind you that I have now special drops that are being given through my channel. Again, thank you, Combat. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to do this. I do code giveaways as well. And like I said at the beginning, if there's any change to the schedule or anything like that, if you are not in the same time zone as me, which I am currently in Canada and Montreal on the East Coast, I am trying to stream at different times to give everyone around the world in different time zones an opportunity to get the code that I give away. So best way to do this is to follow me on Twitter, but the ultimate best way is to have your notifications turned on when you're following me on Twitch. And eventually, there we go, hold on. If someone does a good one, I could send them a present. Combat Glue said this officially in chat. So, someone does a good trailer for Noir Pass, can get that out quickly. Present for Combat Glue. You have there here. It's promised. It's promised in chat. There you go. He can't back out on that promise now. So, as I was saying, yes, I just got affiliate. I need to figure out emotes and stuff to get you interested in subscribing to me. because right now I need to hurry up. We're already halfway through the month of September, and it's currently September on Twitch. So if you want to get a discount and subscribe to my channel, that would be a good time. But I have to show up and get you emotes and get you sub badges and all of that stuff. I'm working on getting this week, or at least something. If it's not a full product of my whole brand, I'm gonna have at least something. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next week.